But praise the Most High today. Hallelujah, family. I say praise the Most High today. Family, it is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. One I'm so glad to see, as we always say. But I mean it each and every time because I'm so glad to be in the land of the living. Family, when I was going through all them things I was going through with my health, it was by the Most High's grace, which is opportunity, that we wasn't killed or that we didn't die. And it's so amazing, family, when you go through stuff that it really don't affect you like it does until after you're after it. I mean, it really doesn't hit home until afterwards. And I think most of the time that's because the Most High is carrying us through it by that word He's put in us through that belief in Him. But I just praise the Most High for today, family. I do hope everyone is well. And like we were saying in the prior record, let me say this. That the Ruach HaKodesh, which leads us into all truth, it gives us the power to accomplish whatever it is that word sent out to accomplish, so that it won't come back void. So whether that's us saying no to something, or for us saying yes to what the Most High has promised us. Like all them days I sat up in that hospital, staying positive, if you would say positive, but staying in belief when all the negative reports were coming my way. I'm just grateful, I guess you could say, family. Well, I know I can say today, of being on the other side of those days. So it was nothing like them. But they taught a great lesson. Sitting there watching that paint dry, I guess you could say, or watching the leaves change colors outside. Family, all this is teaching us patience and trust and belief in what the Most High says He's going to do, that He won't bring it back void. And this takes us right into our idea for today. But let me say, once again, I hope everyone is well, and that you, like myself, are able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting yourself some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good old exercise. And as I was saying, we was talking right on into that idea about the Ruach HaKodesh and Him leading us into all truth. And how a lot of times, family, it's going to take patience for Him to do what He needs to do in our lives. And we don't like waiting. We don't like sitting in one place being still, as the text would tell us to be still and see the salvation of the Most High. I think another version says, be still and know that He is Elohim. That He is the one, the Almighty, sitting high and looking low. And family, I think we should pay attention to that word a bit more. Well, not a bit more, but a whole lot more when we come across the Almighty Elohim. That means He's able to do anything. That ain't nothing whipping Him. Or we could say ain't no whipping Him. But our idea for today, family, is one that the Most High gave me last evening. And of course, I was going to be stingy with this. But the Most High said, I want you to share this one. And it says, who teaches you to profit? Oh boy, who teaches you to profit? And see, when we hear profit, all of our minds, since we have been conditioned in this Babylonian or beast system to think about prosperity. That same old demon prosperity doctrine given to us by the Eurocentric Christianity church system, which is nothing but a Ponzi scheme, family. Which, if any of us would be honest with ourselves, we would have to come to the reality of we are paid into this system, but has gotten nothing out of it but a couple of cheerleaders and a coach that's basically lying to us. They're saying you can win. But we keep coming up with the same old loss. And it's made that way. And then they'll tell you if you don't get what you're supposed to get, then there's something wrong with your faith. You don't believe. You don't have enough faith in God or the good Lord. It's on your part. It's your fault. But praise the Most High, family. This idea was such a grand breath of fresh air for me today, or last evening. And today, because I'm seeing it in a whole new light. But the idea is, who teaches you to profit? Who teaches you to profit? That's the question. And the text says in Isaiah 48:17, thus says the Most High, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Yasharel. The Holy One of who? The Holy One of Yasharel. See, I think we have gotten the text mixed up also by this Eurocentric Christian doctrine, replacement doctrine, that we have been replaced by the church or by the assembly. Our enslavers assembly, that is, the one that have enslaved us, that have held us in captivity over 400 years. And I hear you now saying, we're not enslaved, we're not in captivity. I done went to school, bought me a house, and bought me 2 cars. But you don't have a licking thing. Because you don't have a licking thing but bills. And your whole existence is wrapped up in what this beast system calls credit. Face value. And by the broke down dollar, which is not backed by anything but the paper is printed on. But we have to relearn what we've been taught the proper way. And as we were saying, we have to relearn that the Most High has a chosen people. And this is the whole theme of the text. He's talking to one individual person and his descendants. Abraham and his descendants, through Isaac, to his descendants, Jacob, which name was changed to Yasharel, and to his descendants, which are us folks. And this is who he's addressing. Whenever we read the text, he's talking about us. And the text says, once again, thus says the Most High, your Redeemer. Uh-oh, who needs redeeming today, family? Who needs redeeming? Who needs help? Yasharel, the Holy One of Yasharel, I am the Most High, your Elohim. See, he has to put it down. Every time he talks to us, he has to remind us who he is. He has to remind us that he's the one that sits high and looks low, and that he's our Elohim. He said, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Yasharel, I am the Most High, your Elohim, who teaches you to profit, who leads you by the way you should go. And family, when he was teaching me this last evening, he said, pay attention to the wordplay. And he said, I don't mix words. I word things for a reason, or I put words in there for a reason. I don't put one word in there that's not needed. But it says, who leads you by the way to go. And let me see if I can explain it like he explained it to me. He leads us by the way we should go. By, we can say he leads us by okay, that's a good example. He leads us by a still small voice. Y'all see that? Who leads you by a still small voice the way you should go. Instead of just saying who leads you by the way you should go. Because that always also is saying, if you read it like that, he leads you by the place you should go. Going by, bypassing it. Well, family, he showed me this last night. Who leads you by the way you should go. And the way he showed me that he leads us is being humble. It's being humble, family. Just as we had the ideas in the prior recordings about humble down, Yasharel, humble down. And then we looked at Genesis 18 and 14. Is there anything too hard for the Most High? At the appointed time I will return unto you according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. And we all know the story of Abram, Sarah, and the Most High, and how he told Abram that Sarah was going to have a baby. But Sarah laughed and said to herself, how can I have a baby? And Yahusha said, why your old lady laughing? And she lied to Yahusha and said, I ain't laugh. He said, yes, you did laugh. But nevertheless, and see, he could have judged her right then. And he said, nevertheless, this time next year, because of the cycles of life, it says at the appointed time, but we can look at that according to the cycles of a woman's body when they are impregnated, to the different or the amount of months it takes before they give birth. Praise the Most High, family. Bear with your brother. We're going somewhere with this idea. This is how the Most High was teaching me. At the time appointed, I will return unto you according to the time of life cycles that it takes for a woman to bear her fruit. Oh boy, after she's impregnated with the seed. Thank you, Abba. And Sarah shall have a son, or we should say, and Robert shall have his reaping of the seed that was sown into him, the word that the Most High sown in him. See, just like a few weeks ago, or a couple of days, or a few days ago, probably about a week or so, we had an idea that light is sown for the righteous and something else for the Let's see. Light is sown for the righteous is a script. But we use the idea light is sown in darkness, which means he's sown a seed for you to come about or come past in this time of darkness in your life. He already planted a seed, and you can look at it as if you're walking on a path and you see a care package oh boy, that was left on the side of the path for you with your name on it. And that's the same way the Most High works. Whether it's through a brother or sister who whispers something in your ruach that just opens a door, just turns on the light. And we give the example of the song Rick James sung, "You Turned On My Fire." And of course, family, we use these examples not for the same reasons they do, nor to bring up any old feelings that we had while we was out there doing our mess, while we was listening to them songs. But it is a great example just of the words of how the Most High works. He lights our fire. He turns our belief in him up a whole new level. Simply by planting the seed. And that's what he did to Abraham and Sarah. Or Abram and Sarah at the time. Abram, at the time it was Abram and his wife Sarah. And he told them, "You're going to have a baby." And see, family, what happened was, because of all that had happened in Abram's life, listening to the Most High up to that point, with him keeping his word at what he said he was going to do, he believed him. He said, "Okay, I'm going to believe you. You ain't never lied to me up to this point." And it's the same with me, family. See, and that's why we were speaking on where the Most High was leading us to speak on what we was talking about in the beginning, going through them long days in the hospital, hurting in a position where I didn't want to be in, but it was somewhere the Most High was leading me. He was leading me down that path of the shadow of death. And as we had an idea not too long ago, down the path or the shadow of death of patience. And don't nobody like patience, family. None of us want to have to learn patience. But it's something we all have to go through in this walk with the Most High. Praise the Most High. Family. What an example that was. And we see this a lot of times, just like the idea we had in the prior recording, where me and my wife was talking about one of our family members that just got a whole lot of time, or is facing a lot of time. And you can scream as loud as you want, but there ain't nothing gonna help them but them having to go down through that. Oh boy. And about to face some of that valley of the shadow of death. That place none of us like to be. But now they're gonna get it. And a lot of times we have to let people be where they're at. And see, that's how the Most High is. And I know it hurt his feelings so bad. He'd be like, "Son, I wish you had to listen. You wouldn't have to go through this." But we don't listen. Uh-oh. Oh boy. You miss your opportunity. Praise the Most High, family. We're rambling out off something we just saw. But thank the Most High, family, that he's giving us another opportunity today to hear the call and be obedient. What the text says, don't harden your heart like your hard-headed ancestors and forefathers did in Meribah, I believe it's called, when they tried me. He said when they tried me. But the idea today, family, once again, is who teaches you to profit? Who teaches you to excel in life? And don't dare for 1 minute think we're talking about prosperity or monies only. Of course, he teaches you how to prosper, period. But this is so much more and so much deeper. It's every aspect of your belief in him. Who teaches you to give birth? That's what we're actually saying. To give birth to that seed that he's planted in you. Only the Ruach HaKodesh can do that. And we can call the Ruach the midwife. Oh boy. Family, the Most High is so amazing. But see, the Ruach HaKodesh, as the text says, is the one that comes alongside to help. Hallelujah. To help give birth to that seed that's in you. To mature it. To make sure you're eating the right foods. To make sure you're getting your proper rest. Praise the Most High. So you can feed that seed. Praise the Most High. Just like a mother, family, that mother has to have the proper food, the proper nutrition in order for that baby to be healthy, born healthy. In order for that baby not to be born void or a miscarriage or stillbirth, Lord, Most High, have mercy. Or to have a stillbirth, which is a dead seed upon arrival. During the time of the cycles, during that 9-month cycle, the baby is dead because there was improper handling of the seed. Thank you, Abba. But we don't want to be that way, family. We want to listen to the Ruach HaKodesh, who leads us into all truth, as we said, in order for us to make the seed bear fruit. And according to, as the text says, the time of life, or the cycles, with the woman it's 9 months. But with the Most High, a lot of times we never know. That's why we must be patient and wait on him to birth the seed, to wait on him to fertilize it, to wait on him to water it. And like we said, wait on him to give the fruit. Where that tree is fully loaded with fruit. And then, family, praise the Most High, it's not for you to be stingy with the fruit. Of course you enjoy the fruit, but also you share it. See, family, this is how the Most High works. He wants us to stay humble and do things his way. And that's how he teaches us to profit. That's how he teaches us to bear fruit. Staying humble, saying, no, it's not me. That's the Most High teaching us. And that's what I was going to say, family. I don't consider myself nobody's teacher. I consider myself just as normal as anybody else, just like anybody else. And the Most High will remind me to say that from time to time. Because someone would say, that's a great lesson you taught. Or I forget how the sister worded it, but I'm not a teacher. I'm just like anybody else I'm just the son of the Most High who listens and be obedient to what he tells me to do. And I say that because anybody can do it. And it's not a point that anybody can, it's the point that we should be doing it. We should be bearing fruit, as the text says. Who teaches us to bear fruit. And family, this becomes a regular cycle in our lives. He planted a seed in us. We accept the seed. See, that's the whole point in humility. What did Mary say? Be it unto me. Whatever you say, be it unto me. I do what you say. And that's the attitude we must have. And that's stand in humility. Stand out of pride. That's by the way we should go. I hope I got this idea open. Because the question is, who teaches you to profit? I hope it's the Ruach HaKodesh that we have that's called alongside to help us for this very thing. To profit. Bring forth much fruit, as the text says. Praise the Most High, family. Who teaches you to profit? Praise the Most High today. It's our Abba Yahuwah, the Most High. Family, that's going to be our time. We're not going to prolong this idea. I think we got it over. Praise the Most High today. So do stay up, family, and keep pushing forward in the right direction with the Most High, your Elohim. Shalom.